Look what they did to Ralph.
Sleep tight, Alice.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to another episode of Detroit Become Human. I'm still switching into that different editing style for this video, so let me know what you think of it in the comments down below. But without any further ado, let's get right into it. So we're starting this episode off by going back to Kara and Alice, and if you guys don't remember, we did kill Todd, which was the dad last time we saw them. So now we're looking for somewhere to stay, and this whole section really just is a clusterfuck of different choices. To start us off, we got everyone's favorite, getting kicked off a bus immediately.
Alright. End of the line.
End of the line.
Yeah, you're gonna have to leave.
I mean, the look on Kara's face right here, like she doesn't realize that you're gonna have to get kicked off a bus at some point because the dude driving it has got to go home because he's not an android. And although I am laughing, it doesn't stay that way for very long. This episode gets really sad really quick. And immediately getting off the bus, I realized we have to find a place to stay because Alice isn't an android like Kara, so she feels cold and she'll probably freeze to death out here. So obviously I do the sensible thing and I try to talk to an android.
We need a place to stay. Do you know anywhere we could spend the night?
Yeah, this guy completely just fucking ignores me and basically just tells me to fuck off. And after quickly investigating the area, I find a laundromat, but I don't go in there yet because I'm still surveying my options of where we can stay the night. Lucky us, there's a motel right across the street from the laundromat.
A motel. Looks like we found a place to stay.
But you know me and my bougie taste, I personally don't like dingy little motels, so we go across the street from the motel to an abandoned house.
An abandoned house. At least we'd be out of the rain.
Kara, I don't like this place.
I know. But it's just for one night and no one will look for us here.
Now if you saw that little end part that says I can cut the fence with a wire cutter, that's great news, but you're probably wondering, where am I supposed to find a wire cutter? So I keep walking around the perimeter of this abandoned house, and this happens.
Alice, you're freezing cold.
I'm okay. I'm not so cold.
You look lost.
We have nowhere to go.
I know someone who can help you.
But that's on the other side of town. We need a place for tonight. Come on, Alice.
Thank you for using Detroit.
Yeah, so an android that may or may not be a deviant gave me an address to some place that's on the other side of town that isn't really helpful and isn't wire cutters. But on the other side of the street, there is a convenience store where I face this choice.
Look, the store is still open. Maybe we should go inside. At least you'll be out of the cold.
What do you want?
Hundreds of species, most of them now extinct, have been recreated.
I'm with a little girl, and we have nowhere to go. Could you spare some money so we can get a room for tonight?
Guests can now experience polar bears,
A homeless android?
elephants,
Ah, that's the best yet.
and whales, all designed
Look,
to appear live and
This is a
well.
convenience store, not the Salvation Army, okay?
11 new android zoos all over the country
You better
where
go
visitors
if
of
you're not
all
gonna buy
ages
anything.
can admire the wonders of the natural world.
Yeah, the game gave me a prompt to basically rob this guy, and I wasn't gonna rob this dude that's probably making less than minimum wage working at this convenience store, so I'm just gonna walk out and take myself back all the way down to the laundromat and see if there's anything in there.
It's warm in here. You'll feel better in no time.
So I immediately noticed the dude that's sleeping right there with his headphones on, and then I, of course, walk up to the one dryer that he was using for his clothes, and I'll let you see what I chose. Yep, that's right. After being lectured by a child, I decided not to steal from him. So after not stealing from him, of course I went to go read a magazine and recontemplate all the choices I've made. And after having a very nice read of that magazine, I decided to still rob this dude anyways. Yeah, Alice wasn't too fond of this choice. Both Alice and Kara then changed into these clothes and we set out to find somewhere to stay the night. And after getting these new clothes and walking around, we found this abandoned car back here, and we also found another place where we could cut the fence to get into the house. And after looking at the fence and turning around, I finally found the wire cutters. And after finding the wire cutters, obviously I did what any sensible person would do and started cutting the fence so we can get inside the abandoned house. And now that the fence is out of the way, Alice and Kara walk into this abandoned house trying to find a way in.
Are you alright?
Yes, it's just a scratch. Be careful. Don't worry, we're just having a look.
And after trying to find her way inside, this happens.
Alice? Alice! Wait, what are you doing?
Visitors. Ralph doesn't like visitors. They're nasty. They may hurt Ralph.
So obviously I choose the Android option here to get him on my side.
Look, I'm an android too. You have nothing to be afraid of. All we want is a place to spend the night.
Visitors are dangerous. Look what they did to Ralph.
And because I didn't want to freak him out any more than he already freaked out, I decided to reassure him.
You have nothing to worry about. We're not going to do you any harm. You have my word.
You must excuse Ralph. Ralph still finds it difficult to control himself. Sometimes his fear makes him do things he regrets. Ralph has seen some hard times. He's just so scared the humans will get him again. You can stay if you want. Ralph won't hurt you.
Okay. We'll just stay the night.
Come on! Come on! This way. Ralph has lived here since he ran away. Ralph never.
And after saving Alice from Ralph, I decided to stay the night anyways.
But, you know, Ralph just hides till he leaves. Come on. You can make yourself at home here. Ralph is gonna go into the other room. He would like to stay with you. But he has things to do.
It's just for one night, Alice. We'll find a better place tomorrow. Right. Let's see where you can sleep. Sit down and I'll start a fire.
I know what you're probably thinking. You're probably wondering, why would you stay in the same house as a psychopath android that has a knife that just threatened a little child? And honestly, I didn't see anywhere better to stay that wouldn't have led to me being caught almost immediately. But after having a quick look around and making a bed for Alice and starting a fire, I go into the other room where Ralph is and we have a conversation about RA9.
RA9. What does that mean?
What?
Those symbols. Why are you writing that?
I don't know. I don't know.
Now obviously that conversation with Ralph really didn't help and it didn't lead to much of anything, but after that I head back to Alice where we have this sad but heartwarming conversation.
Why didn't he ever love me? Why was he always so upset with me? All I wanted was a life like other girls. Maybe I did something wrong. Maybe I wasn't good enough. That's why he was always so angry. I just wanted us to be a family. I just wanted him to love me. Why can't we just be happy?
I don't know, Alice.
You'll never leave me, right? Promise you'll never go.
Obviously I promised to stay with her forever.
I promise.
Will we be together forever?
Forever. You've got to sleep. Sleep tight, Alice.
Honestly, that whole episode was really sweet. And now we're going to move on to the next episode, which picks up, I believe, the next day, but from Marcus's perspective after being shot by the police and being blamed for his owner's death. This next section with Marcus is insane. So Marcus basically wakes up inside this dump with his audio processor, optical unit, thermal pump regulator, and left and right legs damaged, and now he needs to go through the entire junkyard to basically find replacements for all of these parts. So after replacing his right leg, Marcus then continues to climb through the junkyard to find the left leg. And after mustering up enough robotic strength, Marcus finally gets that second leg attached and he's finally able to stand up and get a good look around of where he's at. And after that brief look around, Marcus realizes that he's in some sort of subsection of the junkyard and has to escape. But while looking for a way out, an android grabs Marcus and gives him something I can only assume is android AIDS.
There's a place where we can be free. Find Jericho! Find Jericho!
Yep, that android right there just told me to go find Jericho. Unfortunately, the only Jericho I know of is the walls of Jericho. Aside from the fact that I don't know who Jericho is and I only know the walls of Jericho, the next fight for Marcus is to make it past the wall of Diddy.
Where are you going?
And after Marcus gets choked out by one of Diddy's disciples asking him why he's leaving the Diddy party early, he gets up and looks around to find even more androids, but these are just opportunities for him to rebuild himself even further. And after wandering around for a little bit, Marcus finally finds a Ethereum pump regulator that works with his model. The only downside is this.
Please don't do that. I want to live. Thank you.
And after her heartfelt pleas that cling to life, I decided to go look for an optical unit because I don't want android deaths lingering on my consciousness. So after looking around for a little bit, Marcus finally finds a head on the ground that has an optical unit that matches his model.
700 android. I was designed to serve you. What can I create? My program has detected an anomaly.
And after gouging out this android's eye and putting it in his own eye socket and not feeling bad about it because clearly this android's still in his default settings, Marcus finally looks around, being able to see the world again. So Marcus, after looking around for a little while, finally finds an audio processor that works. The only thing about this that threw me off was the fact that this android's holding it in his hand, meaning that he must have pulled it out from either himself or somebody else. And after scavenging around for a little longer, Marcus finally finds another Ethereum pump regulator that isn't being used by an android clinging to life. After reassembling himself brick by brick, Marcus is finally ready to climb out and finish his journey to being reborn. And as if being reborn wasn't cool enough, he then proceeds to Aura Farm in the rain. But the aura farming quickly comes to an end when Marcus realizes there's one more thing giving him away as an android.
My name is Marcus.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you aura farm. With that being said, this brings us to the end of the episode, unfortunately. But if you guys did enjoy the video, please consider liking, commenting, subscribing, or don't. That's always up to you. But I'll catch you in the next one.